Well, we're in Psalm 63. David's in the wilderness and he's seeking to experience God. He's feasting on the glory and the goodness of God alone in the wilderness, intimately with the Lord spiritually. So he says in verse 4, we saw it yesterday, "Thus will I bless thee while I lift up my hands in thy name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise thee with joyful lips." So today we move into verse 6. "When I remember thee upon my bed and meditate on thee in the night watches." So that's the end of the sentence. So I want to join the whole thought now. Verse 5 and 6 are kind of one sentence. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness. My soul will feel spiritually like my stomach feels at the end of an incredible feast of the richest, most delicious food. That's how my soul will feel, and my mouth will praise thee with joyful lips. As a result of what? Now, as a result of remembering God upon my bed and meditating on thee in the night watches. Now, this is something that I really challenge myself as well as you in this regard. Here is what happens to me. I lay down at night and I begin to think of all the problems and all the difficulties and all the challenges and the things that are coming up, and my mind begins to churn. And if I go to sleep, if my mind starts to stir at 1 or 2, all those problems come back, but the first waking thought at 5:30 or 6 or 6:30 in the morning, it all comes back. Training our mind to rest, to be at rest, I think is right here. Remembering the Lord upon my bed. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've been laying wide awake. I can't get my brain to settle down. I can't get my mind to stop racing and my thoughts to stop racing. And finally, now this is to my shame, okay, but finally, in exasperation, I say, Lord, I need sleep. And you said you give your beloved sleep. So, Lord, I need you to calm my mind and my heart, and I need you to put me to sleep. Now, I can't tell you, even recently, how many times that is the last thing I remember, okay? And then I wake up the next morning, and literally the last thing I remember is asking God to put me to sleep. I can think of a dozen times in probably the last month that has happened. So I want to just toss this thought out to you that one of the great, and now, is it okay to fall asleep while you're praying? Of course it is. Everybody does. It means you need sleep, and God's Spirit was probably helping you get the sleep you need, okay? So I don't think we should fall asleep while we're praying in church. I think we should try to discipline ourselves to resist that. But, our minds get trained, and it's a good thing to drift off to sleep at night in bed while you're praying. That's a very good thing. It's a very healthy thing. That's what happens to David. He's remembering the Lord upon his bed, and he's meditating. He's letting his mind have spiritual cinnamon rolls as he drifts off to sleep. And so he goes to sleep thinking of the goodness of God, the blessing of God, the care of God, the protection and provision of God. He's resting in the arms of his Savior. He's going to say it in a minute, the shadow of his wings. He is a baby chick snuggling up under mom's wings where it's warm and safe and intimately provided for and protected. And he's going to train his mind to drift off to sleep in that context. Now, my friend, I need that advice as much as you do. It's a much better way to go to sleep than simply to medicate yourself, though. Okay, if that helps, do it. I'm simply saying, and if it's healthy, do it. I'm not advocating the misuse of medications, but if it's something that medicinally is appropriate and medically appropriate. But there's a great way to go to sleep, and that is meditating on God, praying, remembering Him, thinking about the good things He's done for you. And that's a sweet kind of sleep. And when you wake up in the middle of the night and your brain is surging and won't settle down, that's a good place to go. I just wish I could get my brain to remember to go there first instead of after an hour or two. So that's where we landed on Friday. Let's remember God tonight on our bed and in the night watches. Pray for a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday or on Monday.